how long can I talk?
I think a perfect summer holiday might be some time on the beach.
Beach.
The beach.
Beach.
Beach. Just because, oh my God, I don't think I've gone on like a beachy vacation in a really long time, and I'm sort of craving just doing nothing and seeing the horizon on the ocean.
Yep. Loads of summer books.
Maybe learning how to surf, which is something I'm terrible at. And I love the combination of being humbled and learning something at the same time.
Somebody else cooking and washing up.
Sydney, Australia, lying on Bondi Beach and reading all the books I want to read.
Just somewhere, me and Sandra, nice beach, nice restaurants, chilling out.
Hot but not too hot.
A bit of beach time and a bit of something else. So I might go to Sicily this year, and if I can spend a bit of time in Palermo, wandering around some old buildings and dipping into a few cafes, and then have a week lying there, reading, doing nothing much. That's my ideal break.
Lions, early nights, siestas.
My perfect summer holiday is sitting around doing nothing, staring at the ocean. Same. With a book.
I could keep going.
In the end, I think the beach in Greece is our favourite family holiday. And I've got grown-up adult kids now, are all kind of leaving their own university, and oldest is about to leave university. Having all five of us together in one place, that's my idea of happiness, really. Could be anywhere to some degree.
My perfect summer holiday would consist of me repeatedly jumping off a rock into a warm sea while shouting, "Cowabunga!" I'm a very simple creature.
Lovely scenery.
Tuscany, we're going vineyard, wine and books.
I'm literally the same. Wine, books, sun.
No emails.
No Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi or phones.
My perfect summer holiday, I'm not a beach person at all. I don't like tropical climates. I'm allergic to mosquitoes, desperately allergic. So I prefer somewhere kind of cooler, and I like a city. I like to explore. I get really bored on a beach.
Dancing around barefoot.
My perfect summer holiday traditionally involves somewhere warm, but somewhere interesting. So my last attempt at a summer holiday, I went as close to the equator as I could, because I got to have a wonderful warm holiday while reading books, but I also got to time the sunset, because the sun sets faster on the equator.
Long cold drinks.
I've always liked rainy weather, a bit more gloomy skies. I don't know why, it always gives me higher energy. But that said, I think a perfect summer holiday is one where you feel happy and surrounded with family and friends, where you can grab a book, preferably 2, 3, 4, a pile of books, put it next to you, just relax. And you know that you don't have to rush, that you're not late to another appointment, and time can slow down.
The smell of coconut in the air.
Trying to read at least 13 books in 5 days.
Oh, just all of that good stuff. Oh, God.
I read constantly all year round, and summer is great for me because you can be outside, you're warm, it's probably not raining too hard, you're pretty warm, it's not too cold, so you can stay out for a long time. So I pick long, thick books for the summer. Often history, often sociology, current affairs, but also usually Stephen King, because I love Stephen King, but the one thing you can guarantee about Stephen's books is they're going to be pretty thick. So they are an ideal sort of dawn till dusk read on a summer's day.
Oh, yeah, Purple Hibiscus. It's the only book I'd read again and again and again. I've read it 2 times now, I'm considering reading it again. Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie.
Mine would be Alice Walker, The Colour Purple. Again, I'd read that again and again.
I always look for the latest Robert Harris. I love Robert Harris. He's a lovely man and a good friend, and I just love the way he writes. His prose just flies off the page. So I always look for a Robert Harris. I always look for a Philip Kerr, actually. He writes the Bernie Gunter novels. I don't know if you know about those. I also am great friends with Sophie Kinsella, who's a lovely woman, and I love her novels. I wish they'd stop printing them in kind of pink and blue covers, because I always feel slightly embarrassed when I'm on the Sutherland and you see people, what's he reading? Shopaholic. But she's a brilliant writer, so funny, I love her.
Anna Karenina, because it's long and you need a lot of time to read it and you need to keep revisiting it at different times in your life. I'm a reader of romance novels. Some of my favorite romance authors, because it's not just about titles, it's about finding authors who you reliably know. Like when I read this book, I'm going to go to the awesome place that I love. Sarah McLean is one of my favorite romance authors. Laura Kinsale is another favorite, and Lisa Kleypas is a third favorite author of romance. Two of them went to women's colleges and explicitly identify as feminist romance authors.
My favourite recent summer read, which I didn't actually read in the summer, but I went somewhere hot at Christmas and read it on the beach, so maybe that counts, is Bonfire of the Vanities by Tom Wolfe, which is a masterful story of excess on Wall Street. Really colourful, full of great characters, a thriller that unravels page by page and sucks you in. And it's the kind of book where you pick it up and you start reading, you forget where you are, you forget to order another drink, you forget to go for lunch. You just want to stay there on the sun lounger all day and read.
That's a great question. I'll often go back and read The Art of Motorcycle Maintenance.
I love sci-fi and urban fantasy, and when it's extreme weather, I like to read books that actually take place in that same time period. There's a book from the Rivers of London series where Peter Grant goes out into the country, and the whole thing takes place during the summer, and oh God, what's the title of it? I don't know, but all of the books in the Rivers of London series are amazing. But especially that one whose title I will remember after it doesn't matter anymore.
Can I just be really honest with all of this stuff? I don't get why somebody has a summer read as opposed to a winter read. How did reading become seasonal? I don't know.
This summer, I am planning to read The Book of the City of Women by Christine Pizan, which is a proto-feminist text from the 15th century. The great thing about this book was, at that point, women couldn't really read or write that much, only high-born ladies. Christine Pizan wrote a book that was a guidebook to being a powerful woman, and it was passed around every queen and princess in Europe. Yes.
Not read, but listen to the audio version of Becoming by Michelle Obama.
It's funny, actually, in working on Brave New Work, I collected a huge library of management theory and organizational design, etc., and I only got to read some of it writing the book, so I'm actually going to punch back into that and keep myself busy over the summer.
The book on my bedside table I'm hoping to read soon when I go away is a book called Black Edge, which is about insider trading, and it's an investigation into a guy called Steve Cohen, who ran a big hedge fund and was a big character on Wall Street.
The answer to that is a lot more William Boyd. I've got the novel, this is the novel I'm reading right now. I know William a bit, and he's a friend of a friend, and I really like him. He's the most lovely man. I don't know why I hadn't ever really got into reading his novels, but I just never really had. And then I read his latest one, which I think is called Love is Blind. And I just thought it was brilliant, and I've since read about 5 or 6. I've just done Brazzaville Beach and A Good Man in Africa and Any Human Heart. Anyway, so I'm gradually working my way through the William Boyd canon, and you know that thing when you discover an author rather late and you can't imagine why you didn't read them before, and then you've just got the joy of the whole backlist and you've got hours and hours of reading. I'm doing a bit the same with Julian Barnes. So anyway, this is Tom Bradby Blacklist, just saying.